Not yet. Okay, now it's live.
Well, hello. Oh, mercy, my. Oh, golly.
You know
Yeah.
what? My grandma used to say, "Merciful heavens."
Oh, my stars.
We need to get. I promised Tony Sinanis a sound effect, but I think I'm going to have to go. There's just not enough. It looks like Google improved their Hangouts a little bit. Google, please make new sound effects. Come on, in the toolbox.
I've been thinking about we need to publicly ask that for a while now.
Yeah, we need to start asking every show for more sound effects.
How fun it would be to like click that arrow and have 12 new sound effects.
Oh my gosh, they have so much room for new sound effects.
You need like a Little John. Yeah.
I know, I can't keep doing it off my phone with my turn down for what button.
Yeah, Google, if you want to know what sound effects, Kurt will give you the list of exactly the 12 we could have.
Absolutely.
I'd like a pig sound effect, like an oinking. And then I would use that for myself as my own sound effect. Okay, ready? Everyone, you ready? Diane is looking so very nice tonight. Look at her. And she's looking so studious. She looks like she's ready to go. Holy cow, you're way too serious.
She
Drinking water.
Okay. I have my blueberry acai Starbucks refresher.
What is a Starbucks refresher?
Oh, those are like, you know what else I drink? They have like the Valencia orange refreshers. If you actually go to the store, those are really good. It's just like, I don't know. It's supposed to be like the green tea energy thing.
Does it give you energy?
And then you know what? A 2 liter of Mountain Dew might give me a little energy. That's how immune I am to caffeine. But I don't know if it gives me energy, but I like them. They're tasty, and I think they're better than soda. Maybe, who knows? They're less calories, that's for sure. So we'll see. Maybe I can keep going on my Fitbit. All right, ready? Enough of Starbucks talk. We talked Target last time. Now we're talking Starbucks. Boy, we go for the low-end sponsors.
Money here. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about Felix then. All right, ready? John, edit here. Hello, and welcome to Techlandia. How are you doing? Oh, Kurt didn't play any music. I was thrown off by that. I'm iPad Sammy. I'm down in Austin, Texas. Oh, there it goes. Oh, he's doing the Silverstone pickups for me. Okay, there we go. Oh.
Oh yeah.
There we go. That was a good lead-in. Maybe we should have right now. Here you go. Ready? Hello and welcome to Techlandia. How are you doing? I'm iPad Sammy down in Austin, Texas. Over in Portland, Oregon, we have the lovely and talented
Allison Anderson.
also known as Ted Rosisi. Over in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, we have the dashing DJ on the turntables.
You know what? Stevens Point wishes they had me there. I'm in La Crosse, Wisconsin. La Crosse is the true capital of Wisconsin. My name is Kurt Reese.
I know, I did that one for my friend David Friedman, who said, I liked it when you faked like you didn't know which town in Wisconsin Kurt was from, but you quit doing that. And so I said, oh, we can bring that back very easily. And we're very happy to have our good friend over in San Francisco. Are you in San Francisco or are you a little north of San Francisco?
I'm north. I'm up in Marin.
Okay, oh, that sounds even better than San Francisco, Marin.
Yeah, it's kind of fancy, yeah.
All right, we have the lovely and talented Diane Darrow with us. Let's give her a hand. Hey! There she is. And tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing right now.
Well, right now I'm enjoying the oncoming summer season.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Yeah, it's good. I'm teaching at Touro University in their graduate program. I have in the EdTech department, they were working on EdTech Masters, and I'm teaching research. And I am writing and just enjoying my boys and summer.
Having a lot of fun?
Yeah, definitely.
Now,
Just went to New York City.
Now, should we put this out, Diane? Are you actively looking for employment for the upcoming school year? We could put that out there on Techlandia. I can't believe sometimes the people that are sitting there and like I remember when, and I'm not trying to, when like Wes Fryer told me that he is like his school district had like they had not let his position get and I thought, gosh, do you school district? Do you know that is Wes Fryer? And that's why I feel like saying, I know, and that happened to Wes this like last year, and of course he found a job event, but I was like, how could you let Wes Fryer go? That shows lack of vision right there. And then I feel the same way about you. It's like That don't you know who this is? This is Diane Darrow we're talking about here. This is
Yeah, there you go.
top-notch educator. Where are the visionaries that are going to go and say, you know what? Come on over. We're paying for your flight. We're going to fly you over. They're going to woo you to come to their school district. They should be schmoozing you and whining and dining you. That's what I think.
Yeah, especially if you're in Ireland or Australia, sure.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, do you know who else is going to Ireland pretty soon?
Who?
Blue Steel over there, Kurt Rees.
No way.
Yes, absolutely. June 13th, I'll be there, living it up, living La Vida, Ireland.
Potato.
Just for a visit. He's not moving.
Potato.
Just visiting.
I'll be there.
How long?
I'll be there 3 weeks. It'll be nice.
That'd be nice.
Great.
I know. He's so lucky.
I am. But, and I am thankful because I married well. My sugar mama, my wife, she's a university professor, and she's headed over there with about 25 students. And we'll be in Galway, Ireland. And so she'll have a bunch of students with her, and the kids and I will just be on total vacation mode.
Well, you need to go to Connemara up north, and then on the other side of the Galway Bay to a little town called Kinvara. That's where my family is from.
What's your maiden name, Diane?
I have my maiden name.
It's okay. Okay.
I'm one of them,
So you're from the Darrow clan.
Now I'm from the Darrow clan, yes. My boys, their last name is McNamara.
Oh.
So the McNamara clan's from County Clare, which is on the other side of Galway. You're going to have a great time, Kurt, there. Have a Guinness for me.
I'll have 10 for you.
That's right. I picture Kurt going to where you just said to go, and then him going and then raising up a sword, and then a storm coming around it, and him saying, "There can only be one." And then we find out that Kurt's really the Highlander. For those of you that know that movie,
that's Scotland. You're gonna cause a
war.
Okay. That's
okay. Sorry.
Gotta wear a coat for
that. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and start. Now, I'm looking at I haven't looked in the Google Doc, Diane, but let's start off with. All right. We'll start off sports talk, I guess. I mean, we got to start off sports talk then. So you're gonna go Neil Diamond for us. So go ahead and go Neil Diamond for us right now, and tell us about the Red Sox.
All right, the Red Sox, best baseball team out there. I was just back home a couple weeks ago, and I had the great honor of going on to Fenway Park's field. And I know, I touched the grass. I was on the grass. I know, it was
oh my goodness.
These awesome seats right behind home plate, and I tell you, I found heaven right there. Except the Red Sox are not doing so well, so I think they've lost 9 in a row, but they were like this last year. And then, wait, who won the World Series last year?
I'm not sure. Let's see. I know who lost the World Series because Kurt's in agony over there. But yeah, I think it was the Red Sox, wasn't it? The Red Sox beat the Cardinals? Oh, that was Kurt is.
No, they did. David Ortiz is like Optimus Prime. He couldn't be stopped.
Yep.
Yeah. It just if they even threw a pitch, he hit it. Didn't matter where it was. He just hit it. And he hit it hard. It was sad.
The Poppy.
Yeah, he only had 715.
I didn't mean to open up old wounds, but
that's okay. At least you didn't mention the Super Bowl. Oh, wait a second.
What Super Bowl?
Kurt's had a bad year.
You know what?
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I do remember the Super Bowl. Long time.
Okay, so here was my sports here. So I'm a diehard Cardinals fan, and they lost in the World Series. Bronco fan. I think they qualified for the Super Bowl. I don't know that they actually attended. And then the Badgers, making it to the Final Four, that was okay. But yeah, it was kind of a rough sports year.
Yeah. Jeez. Open.
Well, I won't even say that. If I'm complaining about sports, that's a problem. It was a good year. My teams were on TV a lot. I'll say that much.
There you go.
Yeah, it was. And at least they reached. At least they reached the game. They had the chance to win.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't do it. That's okay.
Better than the Cowboys. Better than the
That's
Cowboys.
right. That's right. Better than the Cowboys, who just
And
finished 8-8 and miss the playoffs every year. All right, so that was good. So you got to. So how did you get to go on the field, Diane? You ran out. You just rushed the field from your seat.
I just went up there and said, I'm going to be on Techlandia in a few weeks, and I know Ron Samuelson, and I've had Sammy. Next thing I know, they just opened the gates. They gave me tickets, and it was just amazing. I got to drop your name more often, John.
I know. I'm really big in Boston for some
tonight.
reason. I don't know. I've never even been. I would love to go to Boston sometime. I really would.
Well,
I watched that. I watched that Mark Wahlberg Boston's Finest show. Have you ever seen that on TBS? That cop show where they follow around and they get a little bit more up close with the cop. I really think it's a cool show, actually. I don't know why. I think it's interesting that it's like Boston's Finest with Mark Wahlberg, formerly of the New Kids on the Block.
All I remember about Mark Wahlberg is his underwear. Wasn't he
Yes, I
Mikey
remember
Mike
that
or?
too.
It was
Oh, you're right.
underwear. He was good in it.
Marky
My
Mark.
brain.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Mark.
So it's not him. It's Donnie Wahlberg. I'm sorry. It's the one that's marrying Jenny McCarthy. That's who it is. Donnie Wahlberg.
Donnie Wahlberg's married to Jenny McCarthy?
No, he's married. He just proposed to her. Haven't you seen?
Wow,
Don't you watch
I
the
am
video
out of
and
it.
see or show off her engagement? Allison, do I have to catch you up on all this stuff? Oh wait, I can see all that stuff because I'm unemployed. There we go. So no, yeah. So they just got engaged recently. But I think you would know that since you and Jenny McCarthy, a little known fact, Allison and Jenny McCarthy went to high school together.
We're not the same age. She's older than me.
Way older.
Way older.
Like she was a senior when Allison was a freshman.
Sophomore.
Oh, sophomore. Okay.
No, yeah, freshman. I don't know. Anyway.
All right.
She's been in Playboy way more often than Allison has.
That's right.
Although we did wear the same uniform skirt, but she just did not wear the shirt with it. I always had my shirt on.
So you wore the same skirt in Playboy as she did?
No, well, we went to the all-girls Catholic.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And you know what? I have fifth graders who listen to this show. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
I shouldn't have went there.
So,
John, edit back there.
there we
Okay,
go.
Kurt,
All
for you, that will only be that little chat right there, courtesy of Allison knowing about Jenny McCarthy's Playboy clothing, will be edited out for you. Thank you very much. It'll be for the 5 people that watch the video. Okay, so let's wait here. All right, edit back now. Diane, so what about the Sweet Caroline thing for the Boston Red Sox
All right,
game?
all right. Sweet Caroline.
When do they say it? Is it 7th inning? When do they do it?
7th inning stretch.
And is it magical?
Yeah, it's they always do it. And it's the best thing because everybody stands up and they hold hands, and there's this great sense of community. And usually there's been several beers prior to that because this is 7th inning. So it's a great moment. It's spiritual. It's a spiritual moment. You have to go there and you have to have that enlightening experience. Make sure you.
It almost makes me think if Arnie Duncan was a baseball fan instead of a basketball fan and from Boston instead of Chicago, he might institute a rule that says maybe at about 2 o'clock in your school day, everybody gets up and sings Sweet Caroline, and then that would increase community for the school. Maybe it's just like a little brain break for you.
No, you know what I think would be better? If about 2 o'clock everybody stood up and sang Jump Around, that would be Sweet Caroline.
That would be good too.
Pink Floyd.
I like, I'm thinking Neil Diamond songs. One time maybe they should just switch it up and sing like America or something. That's always a good one. Right at the end of the Jazz Singer. It's like you can't beat that for quality cinema. That's what I say. Neil Diamond talk here on Techlandia. We've got to love Neil Diamond.
All right, but seriously, if you're going to, if you don't have a lot of vocal range and you want to just like kill it at karaoke, Neil Diamond and Weezer. Those are the songs to go to.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
I have done Sweet Caroline many times for karaoke, and same thing with Weezer. You don't have to really be able to sing very well.
Okay, we need to pass that along to George Couros because I heard he can't sing very well. Oh, wait, did I say that out loud? Uh-oh. You cannot speak of ill of George Couros on Techlandia. Okay, so second thing, Diane. All right, go ahead. All right, so let me see this. Project. Okay, I can't even get that. I don't even know what to say. Project Workflow, Project NoHo. But I see Sweden, and then I just think IKEA with my ADHD. So go ahead and tell us about your second thing.
Oh, the board.
It's a Swedish website. It's called The Project of How, and it gives you great ideas on how to develop critical and creative thinking. It's a really beautiful site. It's really well done. It's unique, and not many people know about it. So you want to check it out. I don't know if we can put it up there for people.
Oh yeah, we usually don't put stuff up, but we'll put the link in the notes board. I'm looking at it right now selfishly and going, wow, that is a good looking website. I like the user interface of that. It's nice.
It's beautiful. It's, you know, of course, the design. It's Swedish. I mean, they design everything right, don't they?
That's right. Well, us, we Samuelsons are Swedish, so we take pride in that.
What's Johnny Ive? What's his national? What is he? Australian or something?
I don't know.
Johnny Ive?
I don't know.
I think he's Australian.
Johnny Five?
No, Johnny Ive.
No, disassemble. Thank you.
Gosh, we've had a lot of 80s movie That's way more 80s movie references than we've had on Techlandia in a while already. Here we go.
So for the 4 people who understood that reference, I freaking love
it.
Yeah.
There you go. Short Circuit's a great movie. You gotta love Ali Sheedy. That's all I have to say.
You have to love Ali Sheedy.
So tell us if they went, Diane. So I'm looking at the website now. So if they went to that website, what would you go to Project of How for? What are you looking at? Is it just showing critical thinking? Is it giving you activities to do?
What it actually does is it gives you actual lesson ideas.
That's what it looks like.
How to develop ideas with your students. So I'm pulling it up here. It looks like I've got the wrong one. It talks about, it will lead you through in a very simple way how to brainstorm, how to visualize, how to shift your brain, and then it gives you activities with purpose and instruction, and it will take you right through. And I love the way it's very simple and direct, so it's easy to follow. Mm-hmm. And every single one of them is very open-ended. So you have brainstorming, energizers, group exercises. So if you're doing let's say you're doing a PD session and you want to get creative ideas going, it's a great resource to go for group activities, and it's really good. If you just
It does look really interesting. I like it.
Idea speed dating. That sounds awesome. That would be so fun in a PD, instead of just sitting there and listening. That's a great site, Diane.
They've got another one here called Nippon. I don't know what a Nippon is. Let's look at that.
Okay, let's see. I was looking at say yes. So I like people to say yes. Yeah, the guy looks like I don't know what he's doing there. An energizer with the purpose of making your team react to movements to get their energy up. A fast energizer to get your team's energy back. Stand in a circle and one person starts off shouting Nippon while making an angry face or a downward O with both arms and bends his knees. And after that, the others in the circle copy this, and then the initiator starts air punching someone next to him and using a huh sound. The receiver copies this. This sounds really... Now that when I read it, it sounds really strange on this one.
I'm picturing it with a bunch of 5th graders, and I know the exact 5th grader I'd pick to make the angry face.
Sounds like it's like the lion pose in yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, that is funny.
Yeah, kind of sounds like Go Noodle. GoNoodle.com. You guys?
For a little bit.
Yeah. Brain breaks. Do it.
Older crowd. There you go.
That's pretty cool. I like that. Well, we'll take.
Hey, Kurt, do you use Go Noodle in your school?
I've seen it around a few times. You know who has talked about it recently on the Voxer? Elizabeth Gould.
Oh, you know who else is? And so Tim Lauer's school is a big Go Noodle school.
If Elizabeth is talking about it, I'm absolutely paying attention.
There you go.
That's right. Elizabeth's a smart young teacher. That's all I know. She's really funny on the Voxer too. She makes me laugh. I like people that make me laugh. All right. So projectofhow.com from Sweden. From Sweden. We'll take a look at that one. We'll put that in. We'll put that into the board, and we'll see if we can get some of these out. All right, now the third thing you have is Steal Like an Artist. I know this is what you really want to talk about. So this is where we start getting into it. Let's get down and dirty with Steal Like an Artist. So go ahead, Diane.
Well, there's two. There's Steal Like an Artist and then Show Your Work. And I recently saw him speak at Book Passage here in Marin. And he talks about creativity and how to unlock your creativity and how to develop your work habits. He talks about the balance between analog work and digital work, stealing ideas from other people, sharing your ideas a lot. And the other thing I like about it is it's got lots of great pictures. So it has, if you're not much of a reader, you could read this really quickly and you can be really excited about your ability to read many pages. You could read this in one sitting. So there's
that sounds like my kind of book right there.
Yeah, John, look, there's here's a family tree picture. And you can understand how ideas are connected by the people that they originate from and who your mentors are, past and present. He also is the one that did the Blackout poems. Have you seen these?
No, I haven't seen those. No, go ahead. What are those?
Great. This is how he started out. And what you do is you take a newspaper and you black out everything except for a few words, and you end up with a poem.
Okay, where did I hear? All right, so I have heard of that. I think I might have heard that at IPDX. Did you guys? Were they talking about that at IPDX, or am I making that up?
No, I maybe, because I've heard of them too, but I can't remember.
Okay. All right. Now that you mention it, I have heard of them. I remember I thought that was a cool idea. So I might have seen that. That might have been at one of the things at Integrate Ed. But yeah, that is a cool idea. I like that. Yeah. So that's interesting. So he has two books. So one of them, Show Your Work, and then the other one is
Steal Like an Artist.
We're talking Steal. Okay, Steal Like an Artist, and
10 things.
Austin, how do you say his last name?
Austin Kleon?
Kleon, okay.
10 things nobody told you about being creative. Okay. Don't wait until you know everything to get started. Write the book you want to read. Use your hands. That's the analog. Steal like an artist. Side projects and hobbies are important. That's really especially important for teachers.
Okay.
Do good work and share it.
Okay.
You no longer are confined by geography. You can reach out to anybody anywhere.
Okay, I know these. Okay, so far.
Be nice. The world is a small town, and believe me. Be boring. In other words, stay home and get your work done.
I've got that covered.
And creativity is subtraction. It knows that has to do with focusing and how to eliminate ideas and find the right ideas, which is kind of like his Blackout poems. Really great.
That's interesting. Yeah, that is cool. Okay, well, if they're easy to read, you've piqued my attention because I don't have any. I wish I could read more.
Look at these 2 pages, John.
Look, I already read those 2. Look, I'm done. Look, I can go on to the next page.
Pages. You know, if this was an accelerated reader quiz, I mean.
Oh my goodness! I'd be leveling up on that one.
I would have got 10 points right there.
10 points for Gryffindor. Oh my gosh, it's the accelerated. That could be our new sound effect, the accelerated reader bell. Leveling up. Oh my goodness. That's pretty cool. And so is that what I know that you're giving a speech here pretty soon. Are you giving a keynote here pretty soon?
I am on June 10th at the Castellea School. I'm talking about creativity in tech. Whether tech enhances or hinders. And that's how I was going to talk about that tonight too. You're going to get a pre-viewing.
All right. Oh, it's like a little sneak preview then, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to make it up as we go along. So after you're done, can you send me the recording? Because then I'll know what I'm going to say.
Oh, of course we can. Of course we can. We'll be on YouTube. So, all right. So when you're going, you're going to go to the school and you're going to talk about how technology either enhances or hinders. So are you going to tell them? Are you taking a stand? Are you going one way or another? Or are you going to give different examples of here's one where it enhances and here's one where it detracts from it? I think I almost had the same experience in Las Vegas when I was helping out some teachers the last couple days. I had some enhancement, and then I had some problems. And I thought, wow, there's one where I wouldn't use technology because it was more of a get in the way kind of thing. It's not the ubiquitous Chris Lehman kind of thing that we want it to be. So.
Well, I was hoping you were going to give me the answers tonight.
yeah, because I have all the answers for everything.
Yeah.
I don't. I can see points of view. So I was in Clark County School District, and it was some great there were some great teachers there, and we were just having one of the things that we were doing was we were having a problem. We had 9 iPads that I carried into 5 different classrooms, and we were having problems with the connection. At first, I thought it was because we were in kind of a portable classroom, but it was a building, but it was separate from the other building, and so we had some connective issues. And I told the kids it was okay. And then we went into another area of the school, same problem. We went to another area of the school, same problem. I thought, okay. So then when I went and talked to my friend David, the principal, I said, I think you need to get more bandwidth for your school if you're bringing in 18 more Chromebooks next year for 5th grade. And he said, well, I thought it was okay. And I said, I'm just telling you that I just taught 5 lessons in 5 different parts of your building, and we didn't have 9 iPads connected at any point in that one. And that's when Allison told me that she thought that one of the Clark County people was actually speaking at ISTE. And I thought, oh, see, this is where I kind of get into a little bit of a problem because, I think I told David, I just said, I think you're going to have issues. 9 iPads should be able to connect at your school and stay connected. And the only thing we were doing is I wasn't doing anything groundbreaking, but I was showing them how to do this website Kahoot, which is a fun little gamey website for the end of the school year before a 3-day weekend. And I also showed the kids how to make their own Kahoot and encourage them to get a site, and was trying to get the teachers to make classroom accounts for them so that the kids could make the quizzes instead of the teacher having to make all the quizzes for them for Kahoot. The kids liked it. Some of the kids signed up right away. And but I thought 9 people on Kahoot should work in a school on iPads in a room, and we were the only, we were one of the. It's not like everybody was on iPads there. We had 9 of the 20 iPads.
It'd be interesting to poll people, to find out how the bandwidth is at their school.
I know, and I think
this is a common problem.
I think that it's something that I just told him that maybe he assured me he thought that the district said it was good, and I said it's good if they haven't taught with it then and they don't know what the problems that I just went through in 5 different areas. I said I think he needs to bring maybe say to a people that can check the sort of thing. I know that Tony Vincent always knows how to check bandwidth for sorts of things. He has this little bandwidth checker. I'm like, just download one of the free ones and test it out, or bring in a private person and say, we really want to just check and see what's going on at the school for what the bandwidth is for. Kurt, do you ever know what, like, how many devices you can connect at your school, or is that something that administrators can be in
Kurt,
charge of?
how are you planning for your readout?
Yeah, your new school.
Well, one of the standards that I heard was like an access point per classroom if you're 1-to-1. But at the elementary level, we aren't necessarily 1-to-1. I think 2-to-1 is a pretty good ratio for elementary school. So that's kind of what we're looking for, is 1 access point for every other classroom. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't ask him how many access points he had, but I was just like, I think you need to get that checked out. And I was just telling you, my friend David is very forward-thinking with technology. He wants his people to use technology. So I said, I think I would get out there and start fighting for it just a little bit, and pushing back to the powers that be and saying, no, it's not enough. It's not good. I'm like, because and I think that would be, you've got to start somewhere. The squeaky wheel has to start somewhere else. They'll just think everything's okay. And it wasn't for some of these teachers. They were like, and then when I asked them, they were like, oh yeah, it does this all the time. Well, that's frustrating. That's where technology's not really, it's kind of hindering them. Why would you integrate technology if it just kind of works sometimes then?
And I'll say this about my school district. My IT director, he's been very, very good. We were able to purchase a whole bunch of Chromebooks for my 4th and 5th grade. So he looked at our building, he went in and brought in some more access points just for those parts of the building. And so it was great to be able to work with him and make it happen. So we have the devices in place, and we haven't had any connectivity issues at all.
That's good. That's good. Well, we'll see. I mean, the kids, I have to say, I'm not trying. The kids really liked when it was working for them. But afterwards, you know how if you, as you guys use Kahoot, it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty simple website. And so afterwards, you can do the survey. Afterwards, and say like, I'm feeling this, or this was learning, or thumbs up or thumbs down. So I said, if you were frustrated by the fact that you got punted off, then put a frustrated face. I'm like, that's what it's there for. Trying to tell them how to use surveys a little bit too. And so I took all the feedback from it. I said, just tell me, and then I can actually probably look back at my Kahoot account, and then I can submit that to David, and and he can do with that information what he wants. But yeah, sometimes the technology, when that happens, it gets frustrating, and then that's why teachers kind of shut down. Then the next time you say, hey, I've got this great thing you can try with technology, like, not really interested. And that's a problem, I think. Anyway.
I think that's a big problem for a majority of our schools. I think something needs to be done about that. Schools need to have the strong infrastructure so that they can integrate technology, and very often they don't have it. Sometimes the technology comes before the infrastructure, and then you really have a mess.
Have you heard of Education Superhighway, Diane, or anybody? It's based in San Francisco. It's an organization that's trying to kind of gather all the data that to kind of find out where we are, and then help schools understand how much bandwidth they need, how to get it, especially through E-rate, and what to plan for. Because I think now it's not just planning for what you have, but making sure that you're going to be set up for 5 years down the road when you have double the devices or a different kind. And
Yep.
I know that I don't know a lot about those kinds of things like the E-rate and those things, but I know I've had a lot of discussions with Simon Miller about that, and I know that if anybody wanted to know about E-rate or things like that, if you were listening, that you could contact Lead EdTech, Simon Miller, and he's just Lead EdTech though. But you can
he's in Beijing right now.
I know too bad he's in China right now, so don't contact him now. But when he gets back, he would be happy to help you with that stuff, because he was telling me all that, and I don't know about all that stuff. I know how to complain about that stuff because I'm a teacher that wants the better bandwidth. But right, there are people out there that know a lot of things about that. I know how to complain big time, but that's why I'm grouchy.
I think it's a basic formula of, I mean, you don't just have to kind of guess. If you have or who else would be really good? Tony Earlbeck. He knows what you need.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Iowa State.
Yep. Luckily, he's just about 4 miles from my house, so I always get to tap into him.
Let's pause a moment. Simon Miller is in Beijing, China. He and his wife are adopting a third child from China. So good luck with everything that you're up to right now, Mr. Miller. Thinking of you.
That's right. I saw he's got his blog too. I saw him blog about it. We'll link the blog in the Leslie. That's an easy one. We'll link his blog, and you can read about what Simon's doing. He's like 2 Vandalgrads, and I forget what the other part of it was, but it was cute.
A microphone.
2 Vandalgrads and a microphone. Okay, hey, wait, let's go to that real quick. All right. So as long as we've been having music talk, there was something. There's this guy I know. He's a really wacky young man, or wacky old man on the Twitters, and he has this Scoop It page where he just tweets out little things that just are interesting to him and probably no one else, but then he tags Kurt Rees in every single one of them, and probably most of the times Allison Anderson too. So we found a list of the pricing of all the bands or acts, a lot of them in there, and so I said, hey, why don't we do a fantasy band draft here, and we'll give ourselves a budget of $1 million, and we'll make our own music festival, the Techlandia Blunderbuss Music Festival. And here we go. You ready to start? Kurt, you want me to start? I'm in there. You can click to your link. Okay, so, all right, here we go. So here's mine. Mine is exactly $1 million, by the way. Think of that when Kurt gives his, because he only did $997,000. Diane, will you be the judge of the music? Okay, so here we go. So my opening artist, Solange, because she's such a topic of conversation right now. She could probably tell us what she said to Jay-Z if I would make that a stipulation, and then my music festival would
that
have...
extra $3,000 that Kirk didn't spend, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. So he could have almost had Solange for $10,000. Then I went with Spoon, Austin, now Portland-based Spoon. I went with a little trendy artist. I went with Aloe Black because everybody knows he's the man. He's the man. Then I went with Broken Bells, a little more Portland theme there for the lead singer of the Shins. Ice Cube, the Cold War Kids. I'm going with rap. Mine's a rap alternafest. Then I went with Public Enemy, the Silver Sun Pickups who brought us in, Snoop Dogg or Snoop Lion. You could probably do both. Matt and Kim, who put on an awesome show. I've seen that before. Weezer, who put on an awesome show. The Flaming Lips, who put on an awesome show. So then I'm building and building all this crazy stuff. And then, because I want George Couros to come to my show, I put in the Avett Brothers because I know George Couros loves the Avett Brothers. And Classroom_Tech would come too. And then, after the Avett Brothers killed the buzz because they just need to stay in there, then we would go back and I would hype up the crowd with Pharrell and Bruno Mars.
Pharrell's only $125,000.
Pharrell is, that's why I went for the bargain show. So you would get an action-packed day at Sammy Blunderbuss Festival day 1, and now I will turn it over to Kurt Rees, who had a lot of the same artists, which I thought was funny that I was thinking about.
All right, and this was a fun homework assignment. All right, so we're going to start. This is all like a one-day festival, and we're going to start off with the Lloyd Dobler effect. And I've never listened to any Lloyd Dobler music, but just because it's from one of my favorite John Hughes movies ever. Was it?
No, Lloyd Dobler's not. That's Say Anything.
No, it's not John Hughes. Okay, so it's John Cusack. I know that. So
Okay.
The Lloyd Dobler effect. That's going to kick us off. Then
is that Cameron Crowe anyway? Is Say Anything?
Yeah,
Cameron Crowe?
Say Anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it probably is.
Okay.
Is. Right, then we're going to jump into, okay, so it's like, so Lloyd Dobler effect was about noon. I think that's where we're going to start. So 1 o'clock, you've had one Bloody Mary maybe, then we're going to jump into some cake. Cake is just, man, they put out some fantastic music. And then we're going to go into Weezer, and hopefully they stick with the Blue Album for the most part, because that's just some wonderful stuff. And then Bastille's going to come up and, play a little Pompeii, some Laura Palmer, some fantastic music there. And then Frank Ocean. You have to have Frank Ocean. Right. Then we're going to go Southern rock here for a few hours in the afternoon. You've had a couple of Clamatos by now, right? So we're going to go Black Crowes. Bring back some fantastic music.
Favorite things ever.
Yeah. Don't you think I want to? Don't you think I should? Black Crowes. And then we're going to jump into some Alabama Shakes.
Perfect.
Right. Perfect, absolutely. And then Kentucky's own Cage the Elephant.
Kentucky. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and then we're going to rock the rest of the night. Silverson Pickups. I mean, they're a California band. But then we're going to go from Silverson Pickups to their grown-up counterpart, which is the Smashing Pumpkins. And we're going to rock for a couple hours right there. Smashing Pumpkins, all night. And then about midnight, Eddie and the boys are going to come on, and we're going to close it out with Pearl Jam. And we come in $3,000 under budget, $997,000. Kurt Fest rocks.
All right, Allison, there's a lot of homework to be done there. Why don't you give us your lineup, please?
Kurt really thought that one through, didn't he? Even like the order.
The order, absolutely. I did my order too. Kurt and I would do it the exact same way. I knew we would. Okay, so now with those two big preparations, Allison, you have $1 million. What would you spend it on?
Justin Timberlake. He's $1 million.
Wait, just Justin Timberlake is all you would spend it on?
There you go. What else do you need?
Well, you did spend exactly $1 million.
Go to midnight. No.
Oh my God! If you had Justin Timberlake from noon to midnight, that's
every song
winner right there.
With no.
So Allison, is it just you and Justin Timberlake?
Absolutely.
That's what $1 million gets you. This is not really a great. I'm throwing myself under the bus. episode way too many times. I would invite you guys and anybody that wanted to come.
Aw.
Well, I don't know. That sounds pretty awesome, Allison. I did mine on my flight for like a half hour there, and like was on my calculator on my phone. I was like, okay, I'm gonna move these in order now. So, all right, Diane, who's the winner?
Allison, without a
Okay,
doubt.
I take it back. It's you and me, Diane, and Justin. The three
Yeah,
of us. We can go out to dinner.
Yes. Yeah, just the two of us with him.
Private concert.
Yeah, there we
All
go.
right, the suit
Sorry,
and tie
guys.
fest. Suit and tie fest, right there. There you go. All right, well, that was a good job, Allison. You always know how to win them. That's all I gotta say. That's a winner. I want to go to that concert. I just want to go see JT.
She didn't even prep. She just made it up.
I look back. He is
It's so
$1
bad.
million.
It's like, I worked online for 3 hours.
I did.
I
Yeah.
know.
I like put my kids to bed early so I can.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. I like that. Yeah, Allison, you win that one. My hat is off to you. All right, so Diane, will you give us your Twitter users to follow?
All right.
Tell us a little bit about them.
Okay, I have 3 here.
Okay.
My first is Hannah Clemens. I worked with her. She worked for Launchpad Toys, which makes the app Toontastic. And she and I worked together on developing curriculum and worked online. She's a fantastic writer. She's 25, 26. She's young, but she's really smart. Both her parents were coders, so she grew up with computers all around her, and she's great. It was a real sweetheart. And then my next is John Kroshoff, who I went to camp with. We've known each other since we were 8.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we have been best friends forever. Nose friends are gold, if you know what I mean. And I just saw him. He lives in New York, and I just hung out with him in New York. He brought me out for a fantastic Italian meal. And he is a Google certified trainer and a Google educator. What do you call those things? GTs or?
Is it GCT? GTA? Yeah, GTA. There's a lot of GTA chat going down. I could even see it from my plane, and I was like, oh, the little acceptance letters must have come out, and people have either happy feelings or hurt feelings. So I was looking at that stuff. But yeah, that looked. So he's one of those people that have been those, like our good friend David Terrio. He needs a sound effect too.
We need another page of sound effects. I'm telling you.
Do you know, Dan? Let's talk Frank real quick. Do you know David Terrio from California?
No.
You don't know him?
Yes. What am I
Okay.
saying? Yes, I do. I hope you're not watching.
I just think I just always think all you California people just go to like brew queues and coffee queues, and you're all just like big. It doesn't matter whether you're NorCal or SoRcal, whatever. You guys are all hanging out, and I do that on purpose for Bill Selleck. I say SoRcal,
It's just a QT fest.
It is. It's like a little cutie fest of you guys just sharing ideas. So, David Terrio, we asked this to Joanne Fox, and we will ask it to you. What is wrong with David Terrio, or what is going on with that guy? Do you have any insight to it? We're going to get to the bottom of this someday.
I think he's great. I think he's got a great sense of humor.
Okay. That's all you got? Nothing else? Okay, all right. Kurt and I are just curious. We want to know.
He likes the Dodgers. Something's got to be wrong with him.
Yeah, something.
Well, there's always something. But wait a minute. I saw him wearing an Angels hat.
Yeah, he does. He does go to Angels games as well. Well, you know what I thought was cool, and this is I was on the Voxer with David, and he said that this sounded really cool. They went to a Dodgers game, like a group of them, and it might have been like they call it like baseball Q, and they went to a Dodgers game, and then after the game, you get to go down on the field just like you did at the Red Sox, and they watched Field of Dreams on the Jumbotron.
Oh,
And I thought, okay, I'm like, no, that's pretty cool for the Dodgers. I mean, I don't really have a lot of love for the Dodgers, but that sounds like a really cool time. I could see Kurt Reeves, if that was the lacrosse Blue Jackets of the AAA team, going and doing that same kind of thing. If that happened in lacrosse, Kurt, and you got to go down on the minor league field, wouldn't you go do that with your family? That'd be kind of fun, right?
Yeah, if we got to watch Sandlot, I would definitely do it.
Oh, that might be their next one. That's a very California movie too.
It is.
Yeah. But I thought that was cool for the Dodgers, so I'd give the Dodgers props for that
That was
one. We
pretty
gotta
cool,
give them. So, all right, we just like to give David Terrio a hard time. Actually, we think he's terrific too. We just like to pretend like we think something's wrong with him, but there's really nothing wrong with him. I've had sushi with him. He's totally normal.
Yeah.
Which is what I can't say that for myself. Okay, give us your third person, or were you done talking about John?
No, I'm done talking about John.
Okay.
The next one
Okay.
is Scott Conti. He is at Conti Corner. He's also a Google, whatever those things are.
Okay.
And you know who he works with is Diane Main at Harker School.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah. So I think you probably met him. But he writes a great blog called conticorner.blogspot.com, and it's got some great things. You should check it out and definitely follow him and read his writing.
Yes, I have met him. I sat at a table with him at IPDX. He was at IPDX. Yeah, he seemed like a very nice guy. I figure if you're hanging around with Diane Main, you can't be all that bad.
No.
Now, whereas we say bad things about David Terrio, we do say good things about Diane Main. So there you go.
Well, that's a good thing to do.
You know, we also.
We should put her Twitter handle out there too, but she's got a lot of followers, and that's Dow Biggin.
Oh yeah, you got to follow Dow Biggin.
Yes, definitely.
The same way here. I have one more question because this is kind of more of a San Francisco guy. What's wrong with Carl Lindgren Stryker? Do you know Carl Lindgren Stryker?
Yeah.
What's wrong with him? What do you think's wrong with him? What do you think's his deal? Kind of an egomaniac, right?
No.
I know.
He's a really sweet guy.
Yes, he is. I know. See, all you California people are so nice, and we can't even like pretend to talk trash about you because your guys are all so nice. You're all out there sharing and going to your baseball games and getting coffee and talking tech. You guys are all so good. I mean, I would try to talk bad about you, but I can't do it. So.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no, he's a great guy.
Yeah, he is. Did you hear what he's trying to do? We're trying to get he and Kristen Swanson on right before we finish Techlandia for the summer, but they're trying to do a Stanford D School Ed Camp.
Ooh.
Isn't that cool? That's one you got to go to for sure if they organize it out. I think they're close.
I should help present it.
Yeah, that'd be fun, huh?
They're going to do it. Oh, that would be really great.
I know. I love them to talk about it. They're still kind of in the planning stages. I know Carl's been going to some of the meetings and stuff. We like that Kristen Swanson, too. So
Carl, if you're listening,
yeah.
let me know about it because that sounds really awesome. I want to be
there. I think that's going to be interesting. So we'll talk about that. That sounds awesome. Kurt, would you like to give us your Twitter user to follow for the week?
Yes, indeed. I would like to highlight Mr. Ryan Schubart. He is a member of the _ Mafia. Ryan, RYAN _ Schubart, SCHUBART. He's an assistant principal in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And he's also one of my cohort mates at the University of Kentucky, our School Tech Leadership Doctoral Program. Ryan is an all-around solid dude. And we like to refer to him as that guy because he always has his homework done. And when we have questions about what's going on in class, we ask him.
Okay. I just followed him.
Me too.
All right. So does he play for the basketball team with you?
He is a six-man. I mean, he's not a starter like I am. But he comes off the bench.
He's scrappy.
Yeah, he throws some elbows, and he's good. He's good for a loose ball once in a while. But he's, by the time he's a senior, he'll be solid. He'll be a good player.
Yeah, Diane, I didn't know if you knew this, but Kurt's team was also in the championship for doctoral basketball. They ended up losing to Connecticut in the NCAA tournament, but Kurt is on that team playing for Coach Cal.
On the virtual.
On the virtual doctoral team.
Yep. Yeah, I'm the LeBron James of digital basketball.
Virtual higher ed.
Oh, Kurt, I think of you more as the Arnie Duncan of the virtual, because we know Arnie Duncan rocks.
You know what? Arnie Duncan's, he's put together pretty well.
He's a great basketball player. We never short him on his basketball ability.
He's got his triceps are impressive. I just got to say, I can't lie.
Oh, I never looked at his triceps. I just kind of look at his
Well,
big melon head.
No.
keep your eyes up here, John, and you'll notice his triceps.
Okay. I know it's kind of like when I. That's why Kurt will always be blue steel, because I only see his head on the Google Hangout, and then you just can't help looking into those dreamy blue eyes.
You don't look at the other photos I send you, John?
No, I haven't. And Kurt, will you talk about your 5th grade students that listen to Techlandia? Because I think you're
Okay, I seriously did. I had one of my 5th grade students said, "Hey, I like your podcast." I'm like, "Oh, good. Which one?" Because I only do one, but I just want to make sure she knows what she's talking about. She said, "Well, I found you on Instagram, and then I saw that you're on Techlandia, so I listened. You do a nice job." So thank you, Maddie.
And we can't forget Brady Lance, our favorite.
Brady Lance.
Oh, Brady's old
All right.
school.
Where's Brady going to high school next year, Allison?
Well, actually, he was 8th grade now. He's already freshman, so he's a freshman at Central Catholic with Rose and Ted. And
All right. Is he on the golf team?
no, he's a runner. He's actually down in Eugene doing his state championships today. So
Oh, nice.
Brady, I hope
probably
you're
not
killing
listening.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a good runner, really good runner.
That's good. He's like a little Prefontaine, huh? Up
Yep.
in the University of Oregon.
Tracktown, USA, baby.
Allison, did you want to share something about makerspaces? Was that you, or was that Diane that put that in? Oh, Diane. All right, so Diane realized that you've got makerspace evangelist Allison Q. Anderson in the Hangout too. She will jump in. She helped organize the makerspace at the IPDX conference.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she was down there the whole time working it, so she loves makerspaces. She's made me love makerspaces.
Who doesn't love a makerspace?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's a great combination between, making stuff and seeing how things work and playing around and messing about, but also using your technology, getting on the screen and designing, and it's just a lot of fun. I think every school should have one, and it shouldn't be limited to just after school. It should be in the middle of school, and it should have something to do with what you're doing in your class. I think it's great. It should fit in with curriculum. A lot of kids are doing it. Kids are having a great time, but I find most of the programs are before school or after school. I'd like to see it in the middle of the day.
I kind of want to see it as like a lab space that teachers can reserve and bring the kids in when they have something that goes along with their curriculum. But we'll see.
I don't know. It's like, all right. So here, I'll ask Kurt. I'm not trying to put you on the spot here. Do your teachers do your kids get recess at your school?
Yes, they do. We have lunch recess and afternoon recess.
Okay, so you do have like a regular, not just the lunchtime, but they have like one during the day as well. Okay, so it's been just a total for me in Alaska and Texas since where I've taught. They've totally cut out recess, and makerspaces would fit in well there if they wanted to go. Okay, we're going to cut recess because we need more time in the classroom. Blah blah blah. Ernie Duncan. Blah. So why don't we go ahead and have them have some. I mean, a makerspace would be a cool thing, and so that would be a nice little brain break type thing where they could go over and then they could be creative like that. I think that would be a cool idea. If they're going to take out recess, then I think they need to replace it, and they want more thinking and working together. Maybe they could replace it with something like makerspaces would make a lot of sense in schools that don't have recess, or your administrator isn't nice like Kurt and doesn't want you to have recess. I think kids need a little recess break, and not at the end of the day just to kill the rest of the day, like in the middle of the day so they can go back and go to work afterwards. I don't know. My daughter takes hers at the end of the day, and then she came home the other day and she was like, one of the kids tackled her playing soccer or something, and she comes home in tears and her fingers just fall. I'm like, why are we having recess at the end of the day? It should be in the middle so you can kind of come back and concentrate. Get your sillies out.
Get those kids outside. Get them outside.
Yeah.
I saw that tweet that you just tweeted a little bit ago.
All right. Thank you.
Kurt.
Yes. Get them outside.
Yep. Makes you happier.
Thank you to my good friend Lee Hughes, who's down in Australia. He shared that with me. So get them outside.
Get them outside. I know makerspaces would. I agree, though. Yeah,
How about
it's
outside makerspaces? There we go.
outside
Yeah.
makerspaces would work. It would.
That would
You don't
work.
have to make anything. Just go play.
What about makerspaces as an option then for the kids that maybe there are some of those kids that don't want to do recess? They're not, they want to go and they want to just get there and build some
Well,
stuff.
and it doesn't have to just be elementary. I know that the librarian at New Milford High, where Eric Schenger is the principal, and I can't think of the librarian's name, but she started a makerspace for the high school, and it is the kids just wait in line and can't wait to get in there during lunch, and so it's not just for the little kids. I think even all the way through high school, and great place for.
The school I was teaching at last year is called the Nueva School. It's down in Hillsboro, and it's a design thinking school. But they have the creativity lab, the iLab they call it, innovation lab, which is like a makerspace, and it's open. It's connected with the curriculum, like you were saying, Allison. Teachers would bring their kids in for different projects, but it's open during lunch, so kids can go in there and work. But also out in the sandbox, if you go outside, there's tubes and they can work with water. And there's kindergartners right now are trying to figure out how a toilet works. So right in the middle of the sandbox, there's this big toilet.
So am I, by the way.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really great because through that physical, they're being physical and they're playing, but at the same time they're experiencing physics and they're trying different things and see how things work. So. And they build forts, too, which is really great. They have tree forts. They can climb trees. It's the most amazing school ever. So
seriously,
I've
building
seen
the
some of
best.
those things.
The best experience of childhood is building a fort.
Yeah.
Some kind, if not more than one.
Yeah, I've seen some of that there's some of that playground equipment where I think they're getting it at one of the schools in my old school district where they just kind of put the stuff out there, and then the kids can build what they want then, and so it teaches just some teamwork and working together, and I think that's kind of cool. I'm pretty sure I have the link to that playground equipment site. If I'll put that one in the board as well. Okay, and I'm looking at questions real quick because I always enable the questions and answers, and then never look at them because I need sound effects. First one, Craig Yen, Power Techlandia Listener Extraordinaire says, Hannah's Twitter handle. Kurt, someone is not on with the spelling duties. Kurt, will you spell Hannah Clemens' Twitter handle right now, please, for Craig Yen?
Yes, indeed. Hannah Clemens is Hannah, H-A-N-N-A-A-H, which is a palindrome, Hannah. H. Clemens, C-L-E-M-M-O-N-S. Hannah Clemens.
No space, no
Finder, follower. No underscore, no space, nothing.
Nothing. All right, and then on our vibe of Blunderbuss Music Fest, John Portier says, wouldn't George Couros want a good Canadian vibe like Justin Bieber? Good point, well taken, but Bieber would have been $1 million as well. Now that's an interesting topic right there. Bieber costs the same as Justin Timberlake. I don't want to live in a world where Justin Bieber costs the same as Justin Timberlake.
All right, okay, iPad Sam, if you had to pick all right, so you have a bonus for your Music Fest. What Canadian group or singer are you going to pick?
Ooh. Canadian group or singer. Well, I mean, I've got aren't the Silver Spoon
Bryan
Pickles?
Adams. Meatloaf.
I would, you know what? I have to say, one of my favorite Canadian singers ever would be Corey Hart. I love Corey Hart from the 80s. But who's the guy that I used to make fun? I was making fun one time. Who is the guy that sings the Edmund Fitzgerald song? That old guy. Who's the you know what I'm talking about? Gordon Lightfoot.
Oh, Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah, I could do some Gordon Lightfoot too. I have to go old school for my Canadian singers. Yeah. Famous. He's like one of the most famous Canadian singers. But yeah, or you could always go modern and go with the Robin Thicke.
The Arcade Fire.
Oh, there's a good one. I didn't think
Arcade Fire. Okay, and Neil Young. Isn't Neil Young a BC kind of guy?
Yes.
Right.
You know what?
That's where I would investigate Neil Young or Arcade Fire.
Well, Neil Young would come on and play with Pearl Jam, just like they always do, right? That was a big movement for them. They toured with Neil Young, I think.
Or Drake.
Drake would be a good one. I almost thought about Drake instead of Bruno Mars, but I know that my sister loves Bruno Mars, so I did that one for my sister at Kitschy Hippo.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that should be a thing. If anybody would like to give us $1 million, we will try and put that show on for you and get that scheduled. Kurt's or mine, Allison's probably is the winner, so we can ask JT if he'd do the $1 million concert for us. I think he would for us.
And where would we host this? I think Northern California would be a good place to
Yes.
host.
All right. Marin.
We're in. We
Yeah.
can put it at my house.
All right. So Felix Giacomino, does he have $1 million to give us?
Felix might have $1 million, but I was thinking Pitbull might be one of my other ones, and I think Pitbull. I think Felix Giacomino. Those guys are twins.
Miami Device.
Except Felix is better looking.
Yes.
Miami Device. Yeah, we haven't mentioned our Miami Device plug. That for what Kurt says is a fortune, but sorry, I pressed the wrong one. Oh, really? Felix is. We just do that because we love Felix. I don't know. I think Felix is still giving a discount. Diane, are you thinking about going to any conferences lately? Is ISTE the only conference on your radar right now on your
Yes.
sites? Okay.
I've been to a lot of conferences.
I know. So have I.
I've seen you there, John.
I know. We've been hanging out at those conferences. Don't you remember how fun?
They're a good time.
Don't you remember how fun we had at ISTE in San Diego when we went up and we stormed into the hotel and we sat, was it the Hard Rock, and we sat in the cabana and kind of waited for them to kick us out a little bit with our Pinkberry?
Yeah, I remember. I had a room, and right outside my room on Sunday, they had that whole rooftop full. They had the dubstep band, and there were all these people like in bathing suits, jam-packed together like sardines, and these girls dancing and this is going to not be good for Kurt's students.
Sorry, Maddie. Sorry.
But it was right out my window there. So I was staying at the Hard Rock Cafe in San Diego, and they've got these dancers. Yeah.
It was fun, right?
Yeah, I've been to San Diego.
All right, so here, I'll quiz you. So
I'm going back there, actually.
Oh, that was a great hotel. That was when I wasn't hanging with Allison. I was hanging with you at the Hard Rock Hotel. Allison was up. Allison and I had some rooftop bar experiences of our own. In fact, every night that the rooftop bar was open, we went up there. And you know what? This is for Maddie. We were just enjoying the view and the music. Because all I remember was the music. We kept singing Carly Rae Jepsen up there. That was popular back then. But yeah, that was fun. So do you remember who came out and talked to us afterwards, after we had just seen him present, and he came out and talked to us?
I do.
Okay.
Do we have a drum roll?
Okay, we're going to drum roll, please.
Chris Walsh.
Chris Walsh of the Infinite Thinking Machine. Now, do you know how many times I've run into Chris Walsh since then? 3. You know how many times he's remembered me? 0. Oh, wait, hold on. I meant sad trombone wrong.
I don't know, John. He remembers me every single time.
He does not even. I don't even function on the Infinite.
I even got an invitation to go to his startup company. He has a company called Zaption right now. And
yeah, he told me about that. He was happy to tell me about that, but he still doesn't remember me at all.
But did he give you a T-shirt?
No, he gave me a coupon for a free month of Zaption or something. But he's giving that to everybody. Yeah. So anyway.
I got a T-shirt, but.
Yeah, well, so I don't rate even a T-shirt, but Chris Walsh, we sat there for an hour on the rooftop, and you don't remember me still, and every time I remind you.
Chris Walsh?
Come on, Chris. Why, Chris? Come on. We're talking about the Infinite Thinking Machine.
We're talking about iPad Sammy.
We're talking about iPad Sammy here. Come on.
Yeah,
Come on, Chris.
Yeah, we're talking about Juan Samuelson.
Well, so anyway, I thought that was a fun time with that ISTE, though. That's fun times. Now, that's why. So, what are you looking forward to at the Atlanta ISTE?
You
looked at the schedule. You haven't looked at the schedule. You're like nothing. Because I remember you took me to everything that I wanted. I was just like, I'm just following you, and you took me to all the good people. You had it scouted out.
You were ISTE virgins.
That's right. I wasn't in it. Lisa was. I wasn't.
Oh, well, you acted like one.
I've been told that many times before in many different situations.
Children are watching. Yeah, I took you around. I showed you. I showed you guys around.
It was your state. It wasn't my state.
San Diego. We went to the Hard Rock. Yeah.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah.
To the right place. Should have been Sunday night, but that's okay.
I was with young Allison on Sunday night, and she did. I remember on that Sunday night we were up at the rooftop with George Couros. So you cannot beat the rooftop with George Couros. That's all I got to say. Right, Allison?
For sure.
I know. That's
You remember. You have a good memory.
I do. I remember every time I meet George Couros. All right. Well, now we've digressed into lunacy, so we'll go ahead and we'll finish up. Now, let me see if is there a good thing we can finish up with besides the Pearl Jam? Oh.
I think that's pretty good.
No, I think that's it. I think Kurt has got us. Kurt, I almost picked Pearl Jam to close it out. They were such a bargain at $300,000. Just for moments like this.
This might be the best song ever in the world.
Could be.
That was always my favorite song off that album for sure. Diane, thank you so much for being on the show with us. We really appreciate it.
That's been fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being on here. I will bump across you soon in California, I'm sure. We will not be attending ISTE, but we will be there in spirit, and we will tweet at you on the hashtag. How about that?
Sounds
We'll make a secret back channel hashtag. It'll be like ISTE lurkers or something, and then we'll do that one. Then you can tweet all the cool links to things. But thanks for being on.
I'll send you some pictures.
Then I'll be jealous.
From rooftop bars.
Oh yeah, from the Atlanta rooftop bars.
Yep.
All right. Well, Allison, Eddie, do you have any last words?
I don't. Nothing.
Eddie is full of angst, and we will catch you next time on the flip side. Remember, this is Kurt's way of saying that his concert is better than mine. I think it might be. We had the same ideas. Kurt, I'm glad we're in cahoots. There we go. And we'll catch you on the flip side.